What's up, y'all? I'm back. Y'all know what it is, man. We gotta do it. We gotta do it for the YouTube. I hope everybody's feeling good and blessed, you know. Hope everybody got some steak and some chicken today, you know. I'm doing good. I just got done working my first day with UPS, so we gotta talk about it. Let's go. Great day. Started at 11:30, didn't finish till 6. Tough. Felt like I did 80 packages and 80 stops. It felt like it. Y'all know how that is. A couple things went down. Definitely wanted to talk to y'all about. UPS family, tap in, you know, and let me know some tricks and stuff. Because some things did happen, you know, threw me off 10 minutes, threw me off 20 minutes, you know, and I didn't get to finish my whole route. You know, I am seasonal, so my car could only fit so much. I got a load of 6 big boxes, had to come back to the site, and then, you know, there was a gated community that closed at 4, and you needed a key card to get in. So, you know, I sat there for like 10 minutes, like, should I walk this over there? Like, let me wait for somebody? You know, lo and behold, like they say, God is good. Some lady drove behind her, got in there, dropped a few more packages off, because I was like, man, I need to be in this community. This gate is closed. I was like, man, this is crazy. You know, and they say call if, you know, you're in a gated community and you can't get in, they'll find the password for you. But this one just had a card. I'm like, man. Right at the end, right, boys? But it was fun. It just was hard. Like, they give you, you know, your GPS, and, you know, y'all gonna have to tell me about this UPS family, because, you know, I'm just seasonal. You know, I hope I get on after, but, you know, they taking union dues from me already, so, you know, hopefully I get on. I need the UPS family to tap in, give me some juice, you know, give me some prayers. So, you know, on the navigation device, they have all the stops that you should go to in order, you know. And if you break order, I noticed I broke order one time because, like, they had names on there that I didn't have a package for. So I'm like, oh, the next package is this place. I go through my whole car and I'm looking for the package, you know, and that takes time. You start going through the whole car, and it takes time, man, you know. So I was like, oh, I can't do that. I just gotta put these packages to the front and keep it going, you know. And then, so the first route, you know, there was a couple names on there, but there was no packages. I was like, all right, cool. And then I went back, got the rest of the packages. And then my third time around, before I was getting off at 6, at 5:30, like I was supposed to, around 5 o'clock, you know, there was 2 names. I guess one was a checklist, he said, or something. And I'm like, oh, there's not no package for this person? Why is he on there? You know, and if you skip a name and you go to a different address, and the more you go down and go to a different address, you'll get farther off of the route they're putting you on, which is, you know, probably the fastest route. So you gotta make sure you don't skip names, you know. So at the end of my route, I noticed that there's a checklist, there's another package that's not there. I'm getting familiar with all my packages, and, you know, I'm trying to drop them off. And then boom, I almost drive out of the gated community. I said, oh, you know, you gotta try not to reverse too. They say if you reverse for UPS, it causes accidents. The GPS system is watching you. Try not to reverse, you know. And so I had to really watch how I was driving, because if I drove out the gated community, I wasn't gonna be able to get in. And I knew that I had 10 packages on this street. or in the street that was next door. I'm like, oh, this street's right here. I can't go out, you know? So it was fun dealing with all that. I don't mind getting my steps in, getting my energy off, you know, but, you know, that 2 miles isn't as hard as other jobs. I used to work for Caltrans, and they'd have you walking from exit to exit cleaning. You might walk like 5 miles in that day. It's crazy, bro. So I don't really mind walking the 2.5, you know? 5 miles, it start getting to you every day. Walking too, with no break. You know, at least for UPS, you could walk a little bit and you could drive a little, you know, and you walk and you drive. It's a little different. But overall, a fun day. You know, I started at 11:30. I had 4 packages left that I couldn't deliver because I had to go to my other job right here from 6 to 12, y'all. I had to go, especially because it's a seasonal thing, you know. So I saw a lot of seasonal workers. They have a lot of work. I think I saw 10 seasonal workers, y'all. Do y'all think I have an opportunity to get on full time? And how are we going to deliver these packages faster? You know, I know one trick is you got to know where you're going and where you at, because you might have a package that's like right next door. So you just need to kind of like grab both and put them out. And then, you know, you might have one that's right across the street. You know, you got to have that ready. I think it's probably a lot easier in your own car than it is driving a truck. I mean, as long as there's room in there, you know. Fun day, y'all, but you know, it's kind of depressing, you know, watching some of these seasonal SSD drivers YouTubes. They're really sad, y'all. Like, they say all the work they get is November, December. Like, man, y'all think this year is gonna change? They're gonna bring the seasonal workers on, you know? You know, how has it been for y'all? Y'all gotta let me know, you know? Y'all gotta let me know, because I have heard on some YouTubes that y'all get an end date. I didn't get no end date. So hopefully it don't end, you know? It don't end. One of the guys I started with, he got the whole box van, you know? He tried to get on too, like hopefully they bring us on because we're helping out, you know? And well, it seems like all the seasonal guys don't mind doing the work, you know? I'm sure nobody does though, man, because, you know, I got a lot of motivation and, you know, I'm here to give it to y'all, and y'all just got to open your eyes and see it, man. I'm telling y'all, I know a guy, he looked 40, 45. He looked old, but he worked like he 21, I swear to God. I swear to God. And I know a lot of guys like that. So that's just how you got to be if you go get that paper, you know? No matter how old you are on the block, you got to be out. You got to get out there. You know what I mean? For sure. So I'm out here. I'm working till 12. I got 5 more hours to go, y'all, you know? It ain't nothing, you know? I know other guys, they work 7 to 7 too. Everybody working 12. They work 7 in the morning till 8 o'clock at night. It is what it is, you know? If you want that same kind of paper, that same kind of lifestyle that you see other people having, you got to do that. You know, if you want that same kind of cars and stuff, you got to do that, man. It's coming from here first. Nobody's going to give nobody nothing. You know, nobody gave the boy nothing. Except, you know, God and my grandparents. You know, my mama and my daddy. You know? So y'all gotta, you know, get it. So for everyone getting up and get it. This for all my boys chasing that first place in fantasy. You know, all my boys in first place and win the league. Shout out to all my boys first place in the league. Let's get it. I'm gonna need that money in 4 weeks. You feel me? Anything else about UPS, y'all? I would tell y'all definitely to apply. It's a great job. The people in there are great. They help you out. I had a problem with my login. I couldn't log in on my phone and stuff. But I got on that work phone. It logged me in and we went to work. You know what I mean? We went to work, y'all. I like UPS because they seem like they compensate their employees. I know a few employees that work at this one that I'm working at, and they're happy guys. I'm telling you, they don't complain. They're not complaining. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? Y'all gotta get a job that y'all have some fun at and that compensates you. You know what I mean? That's all you gotta do. So before I leave, I think I want to talk about my next day. You know, but I don't know what's gonna come. They give you different routes. They get the system. It gives you different routes and different numbers. There's probably like 20 of them, and on every letter of the alphabet, man. Who knows? So, you know, go there if you want. You playing with fire. It's too hot for you. You got to stay out the kitchen. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But we're gonna get ready for Thanksgiving. I'm probably gonna drop a video for y'all. You know, I know y'all want some music and all that, you know what I mean? I'm just waiting on some beats, and I'm waiting on some other people to tap in, you know what I mean? And that's nothing, you know? Y'all stay blessed and have a good one. Enjoy it, and stay humble while you're doing it. You already know, man. Take care.